LTC Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
All right, everybody. WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio. Yes, indeedy, we are here. And if you are here and you are hearing my voice, welcome to the party. You got here early. I mean, look, it's not bad that you show up early, but you shouldn't be surprised that the main event isn't here yet. But we do have some refreshments, some oral refreshments. That's AURAL refreshments, because it's radio. It's an oral medium. And what are we listening to right now? This is yet one more of a million performances and remixes of Raymond Scott's Powerhouse. But this was a very comprehensive album project called Raymond Scott Rewired. And so this is, of course, Raymond Scott Rewired's performance of Powerhouse. So, yeah, we've heard that a million times, but not in that way. This album is Raymond Scott Rewired, which is a completely superficial title, but he worked with a lot of wired-up stuff in his day, so it... Oh, wow. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the studio line is ringing. Well, not ringing. Obviously, it's a radio station, a real one, a very, very real one. And as a radio station does, the phones don't ring, because then you'd hear it when the DJ was on the air, like we are now. But the studio line is definitely lighting up, and that means that the producer of this little radio show is calling me, which means my brother Iggy is losing his mind right now because I'm not answering. Let's just wait a little. Let's see if he can. Okay, here we go. Hey, Egg.
We don't have time for your shenanigans, brother dearest. We're on a tight schedule.
I know, I already said that in my intro. I said that this isn't the Q&A, and that if people are listening to this, hey, they got here early.
Early, but you didn't impress upon them that Trevor would be here promptly at 6 p.m., did you? You didn't impress upon that. You're right.
Is that why you're interrupting the show?
I'm interrupting the show because... I'm not interrupting the show!
Well, why are you not interrupting the show?
I'm not interrupting the show to tell you about Raymond Scott Rewired! You said it was an arbitrary title, and it's not! The musicians who worked on it literally rewired Raymond Scott's original electronic instruments. Which, me being a gear nut, I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, wow. You're right, that actually is cool.
It certainly is. Anyway, what is not cool is that we can't play more than 30 seconds of the Powerhouse clip that I made for you because of YouTube copyright.
Yeah, that's one thing about 2020 that hopefully doesn't carry on into 2021. YouTube's flimsy copyright policies, am I right?
You don't think there's maybe a more pressing issue that we need to shed from 2020 other than maybe YouTube's stupid copyright crap?
I don't cover politics or social issues on this show. So, what do we play in the meantime, brother?
Play Trevor's theme song for Tex Avery Tuesdays, whilst plugging the new season with new co-host Greg Duffel.
You got it.
And one more thing. Did you know that
No more things, you were right. Time's a-wasting. I hung up on him. So yeah, Tex Avery Tuesdays is back, everybody. So if you haven't been keeping up, Tex Avery Tuesdays is a show created and hosted by Trevor and Animation Resources' own Pez Hoffman that looks at the lesser-known Tex Avery shorts at Warner Brothers, and it's now going into 2021 with some new commentaries and surprises. So this is the end credit music that is often said to be the work of a DJ that sampled the Tex Avery show from Cartoon Network. Remember that? And he's credited as Mickey Mouse 5, but many have figured out that it's really just Trevor. You're not fooling anybody. Anyway, Trevor and Pez are still doing the show, but unfortunately because of work, or fortunately for Pez is not able to return as co-host, at least for the foreseeable future, and Greg Duffel, ex-Chuck Jones animator, will be taking over co-host duties. So, to celebrate, here's the Tex Avery Tuesday theme in its unedited glory, right here on WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
Well, who's that crazy coffin king? The one who's fun alone. He's that coffin train. Tex Avery.
So, if it is your cynical belief that the playing of this song, the theme of our show, Tex Avery Tuesdays, serves as nothing more than a commercial, and the commercial's like, bother you? Well, all I gotta say is, you ain't about to get any happier, Jack, because we'll be back right after these words.
Just think, I used to be a 9-pound weakling. But now Post Sugar Crisp gives me the muscles of wheat.
Muscles in his ears yet.
Post Sugar Crisp is made of whole wheat. That's why it helps make you big and strong. So, start your day a little bit better with a sugar and honey and whole wheat treat, fresh from Post.
It's Ducky like Daffy. Ducky like Daffy. Get it?
Sure they get it. All us tough bunnies get Sugar Crisp.
Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, we're not live yet.
And as long as we're dead, listen to this.
WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
Well, this is obviously from Animaniacs, that great musical series that Also, this is a testament to the greatness that was Richard Stone. And a lot of great pieces of music were made for that series, and for, of course, Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies. Probably the most famous and most musical cartoon of all in that whole thing was What's Opera Doc, but we're gonna steer away from the music right now and play just the vocals. This is Arthur Q. Bryant as Elmer Fudd and Mel Blanc as Bugs Bunny doing their performance when they meet in the cartoon. Here it is.
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit.
Kill the wabbit?
Yo-ho-to, 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 yo-ho.
Almighty warrior of great fighting stock, might I inquire to ask him, what's up, Doc?
I'm going to kill the wabbit.
Almighty hunter, 'twill be quite a task. How will you do it? Might I inquire to ask?
I will do it with my spear and magic helmet.
Your spear and magic helmet?
Spear and magic helmet.
Magic helmet?
Magic helmet.
Magic helmet.
Yes, magic helmet, and I'll give you a sample.
Give you a sample indeed. We're playing the music now, but just kind of as a way to segue this whole thing, it's WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio. Looney Tunes Critic isn't here yet. We're waiting for him to get his stuff together. He has to,
This is the sound of Miss Shush brushing her teeth. Now, who is Miss Shush?
But anyway, I digress. Here's something about Arthur Q. Bryan maybe you didn't know. Take it away. Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast with special guest Billy West.
It dawned on me real early that you'd become a footnote, in voiceover history if you didn't invent one.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it was great to be part of a franchise, like the Warner Brothers stuff, but I wanted someone to show me a picture, just like they did in the 1940s at Termite Terrace. They show Mel Blanc. What do you think? And they'd show him drawings, and he would go, what did he say one time? They wanted me to do a character named Porky Pig. And so I went out to the farm. I went up to Oregon, and I slopped around in the pigsty with the pigs. Just to hear them. And he said they went, reet, 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 reet. And then he was going, reet, 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 reet,
That's all for air, folks.
Sure you did.
Fantastic. What about the guy Arthur Q. Bryan that did Elmer Fudd? Didn't June Foray say he was a pervert?
Nah, she said, oh, he liked little boys.
Oh my God!
The Howard Stern Show. And anyway, so here she is on our show. May she rest in peace, June Foray.
Hey, Rocky! Why so down? You look bluer than Keith Richards after an overdose of 150 cc's of heroin.
Bullwinkle, I'm horny.
I've been horny for years, Rocky. But then again, a moose is supposed to have horns.
No, limp schmuck. I want companionship. I need to be serviced. I want to get stuck.
Whoa! I'm not that kind of moose.
Not by you, Bullwinkle. A chick, a babe, a woman.
Oh, I get it.
Well, what can I do, Bullwinkle? I got a Woody that won't quit.
Listen to Jackie on a while back there. That's the best part of the bit.
WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
Bugs Bunny's Valentine will begin after these messages.
Sticky glue. So strong, it can suspend this cow from an iron girder. And so easy to use. Just place between the thumb and forefinger, gently squeeze, and it really sticks, like that there.
What's up, docs and docettes? Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic here, and if you like old cartoons and watching online reviewers dissect them, then you probably said the same thing I did about 2 years ago. Hey, what the fuck?
Here, watch your language, bud.
Every Saturday morning, I do a brand new commentary of a Warner Brothers short. All throughout the month, I do video essays examining the history of these cartoons. Catch my videos on youtube.com/FerrisWheelhouse2, or just use the hashtag Looney Tunes Critic. And now, here's Eric Bauza, the new voice of Bugs Bunny.
You've been listening to the Looney Tunes Critic. Ain't he a stinker?
We are the best radio station ever. If you only like Looney Tunes and you're waiting for the Q&A to start, that is.
My head hurts.
WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
Oh, he should be along any time now, Lord.
Pardon me, Doc. Is this the electric hour?
Said he was coming right over.
Say, Doc, is this an Elton Eddie show?
Can't understand why he hasn't arrived.
Hey! Yeah. What's up, Doc?
Well, it's our old friend Bugs Bunny. Didn't recognize you in that new spring outfit, Bugs.
Spring outfit? Why, these are my working clothes, Doc.
Bugs Bunny working? What's the gag?
Oh, no gags, Geronimo. I'm now a reformed rabbit. Be honest, I've been working hard today, delivering chicks to the kiddies, putting transfers on Easter eggs.
You sure you weren't out playing tricks on people?
Oh, no, Mr. Eddie. I'm going straight, see? I'm on a level, see? But nobody gives me a break. Nobody believes me.
I believe you, Bug.
Oh, do you, Miss Butler? Then tell him I'm a right rabbit.
A good little Easter bunny.
Well, Bugs, if you're on the square, we'd like to know something about this Easter rabbit business.
Oh, would you? Well, I'm kind of new at the game, but I'll tell you all I know.
Yeah. How do you fix Easter eggs for the children?
Oh, well, first of all, we drop them in a bucket of dye, like this here. There's a secret to making this dye.
Spill it.
Well, okay, if you say so.
Hey, watch that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doc, but he said spill it.
Oh, well, I always said I look good in the yellow suit.
Bugs, did you do that on purpose?
Oh, of course not. Now, the next step is putting the transfers on the eggs.
Transfers?
Yeah, these little pictures I have on this big sheet of paper. You see, you wet the paper like this, and then you shake the wrinkles out of the paper.
Hey, look out, will you?
Oh.
Oh, now look. The whole page of transfers stuck on my shirt front.
I hope you're not mad, Doc.
No, you couldn't help it. Or could you?
Oh, no. I was just trying to show you. See, I'm embarrassed. I'm so awkward.
Well, never mind, Bugs. What else do you do as an Easter rabbit?
Well, I do magic tricks to entertain the kiddies.
A rabbit pulling a man out of a hat, huh?
No, Doc. You see, I put an egg in a hat, and I make it disappear. Now, hand me that hat over there.
Yeah, but that's my new...
Oh, that's okay. I won't hide it. Now, watch this trick. It's a beauty. You see, you break an egg in a hat, like this.
Hey, that's my new...
Don't worry, Doc. This is magic. See, now I stir the egg around like this, and then I say, well, let's see, what do I say?
What, can't you remember?
Oh, let's see now. It's, hustle bubble? No. Snobble gobble? No. Funny, I can't remember those words.
It sure is. What a joke on Bugs. He has a trick and can't remember the payoff. Hey, what am I laughing at? That's my new Easter hat.
It is? Oh, why didn't you tell me? You shouldn't have just stood there. Why, that egg won't look a bit good on you. Oh, I hate myself for this. Here I try to make good. I make mistakes. Nobody understands me. Everything goes wrong. I'm a sad sack. Now you'll be mad at me.
No, Bugs, don't be upset. It's all right.
You're not mad at me?
Of course not. Accidents will happen.
Accidents? Get a load of these suckers. Accidents? April Fool and Happy Easter, eggs.
Shabooba-doo-boo-doo, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo, shoo-doo-dee-boo-boo-doo-ba-hoop-boo-boo.
WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
Drenched in blood or caked with mud, you yell and scream when one of them arrives. There is no denying monsters lead such interesting lives. They live in twos, they've paid their dues. No brothers, sisters, moms, or dads, or wives. Honest, I'm not lying. Monsters lead such interesting lives. They're independent, they don't live 9 to 5. Monsters lead such interesting lives.
Isn't that nice? That is the Great Mel. Not Blank, but Torme. And this is WLPC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio. I'm Manx, and we are, of course, sitting here waiting for the Looney Tunes Critic to get ready for the Q&A. But while you're waiting, you're enjoying us. I hope you're enjoying us here on WLPC. And as I was saying, that's Monsters Lead Such Interesting Lives. Now, some of you may know that that's from Daffy Duck's Quackbusters, and some of you may know that recently the Looney Tunes Critic remixed this song. And what's interesting about that is that he was talking on the phone to Greg Ford, the director of Daffy Duck's Quackbusters, and also a writer of the song, Monsters Lead Such Interesting Lives, on the day that remix was released to the public, and Greg had some interesting things to say about that clip. By the way, speaking of which, Greg Ford, the director, as I said, of Daffy Duck's Quackbusters, he's also the guy who's responsible for most of these commercials you're hearing for Daffy Duck Paranormalist. So, all the more reason to enjoy this clip. Here it is.
It's weird me talking to you on this exact day because I released today on my YouTube channel, I remixed Monsters Lead Such Interesting Lives.
How did you do that? I'm afraid to ask.
Well, the technology, as you know, has gotten a lot better, and, I use
I call ASCAP? I still get royalties on that. I'm serious. I wrote that with Luge.
Well, then, you know what? I'll defer all monetization to you.
Okay. They live in ooze. They've paid their dues. No brothers, sisters, moms, or dads, or wives. Honest, I'm not lying.
Yeah. I know it only because I worked on the remix for...
Such interesting lives. When you see them coming down the street.
You better
my oddest lyric is coming up. But everyone liked it. You better not have weights tied to your street.
That always was my favorite line, actually.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now on the left, we can see the sculpted likeness of George Washington, our first president.
Meep, meep. The Constitution worked for everyone, even kids.
Animation Resources is a nonprofit digital archive dedicated to animation, cartooning, and illustration. And if you join, every other month you get a members-only reference pack, an ebook of treasures from their collection, along with over a half hour of rare animation, all curated by the Advisory Board of Animation Resources. I have a few myself, and let me tell you, they're invaluable. The reference packs are the best part about being a member because you get access to all sorts of stuff not available on their site or anywhere else online for that matter. Plus, they're different every time, and once they're gone, baby. Also, they do their annual membership drive in February, and if you wait till then, there's bonuses for joining available. And hey, if you're an animator and you watch the commentaries I do every Saturday, you can go to their Instagram page at instagram.com/animationresources to get frame-by-frame breakdowns of the cartoon I do on the same day. Yeah, look, folks, modern design. So go to animationresources.org today and tell them the Looney Tunes Critic sent you. What's up, Docs and Docettes? Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes Critic here, and if you like old cartoons and watching online reviewers dissect them, then you probably said the same thing I did about 2 years ago. Hey, what the fuck?
Here, watch your language, bud.
Every Saturday morning, I do a brand new commentary of a Warner Brothers short. All throughout the month, I do video essays examining the history of these cartoons. Catch my videos on youtube.com/FerrisWheelhouse2, or just use the hashtag Looney Tunes Critic. And now, here's Eric Bauza, the new voice of Bugs Bunny.
You've been listening to the Looney Tunes Critic. Ain't he a stinker?
And now, an important message for you and your entire family.
Yow! Yikes! Yow! Yikes!
Bothered by monsters?
Not to worry. Our highly skilled professional staff is equipped to handle any supernatural emergency using only the most advanced techniques. My associate shall now demonstrate.
My stars, where did you ever get that awful hairdo? It doesn't become you at all. Here, for goodness sakes, let me fix it up. Look how stringy and messy it is. What a shame. Such an interesting monster, too. My stars, if an interesting monster can't have an interesting hairdo, then I don't know what things are coming to. In my business, you meet so many interesting people. Bobby pins, please. But the most interesting ones are the monsters. Oh, dear, that'll never stay. We'll just have to have a permanent. Now, I've got to give an interesting old lady a manicure, but I'll be back before you're done.
So So, folks, call Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, and Porky Pig, paranormalists at large. Spooked, goblins gobbled, UFOs KO'd, aliens alienated, vampires evaporated, and monsters remonstrated. Just call 555-5925. Remember, that's the same as dialing 555-KAWACK.
Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
The name game. Shirley, Boburly, Banana, Boburly, Bee-Bye, Momurly. Shirley. Dizzy, Bobizzy, Banana, Bobizzy, Bee-Bye, Momizzy. Dizzy. Come on, everybody. Let's play a game. I bet I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. By the B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say bo out of B, then I say the name, then banana, and a bow. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a B, a boy, and a bow. Then I say the name again with an M next time, and there is any name that I can't rhyme. I don't know, Elmira. Why don't you try Buster, huh? Come on. What's the matter? Bunny got your tongue? Buster, go Buster, banana, go Buster, Bee-Bye, Mo Buster. Buster. Hey, that's great! But if the first two letters are ever the same, drop them both and say the name like Bob, drop the B, Bob, Fred, drop the S for red, or Mary, drop the M or Mary, and that's the only rule that is contrary. Okay, everybody say Bo.
WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony. And in this cartoony, we're invading your TV. We're comic dispensers, we've got the bomb sensors. Action adventures, get a dose of comedy. Oh, here's that blinkers, it's awful right for the heart. Our folks, we always spend so don't expect to work on art. Express for unexpected, expect the unexpected. Tiny toon adventures is about to start. They're for real.
It's time for Remix Maniacs. Yeah, that's right. That was the Tiny Toons Adventures theme song remix by Remix Maniacs. That's the name of those people, and they're pretty good. I mean, I don't want to say anything against my boss, the Looney Tunes Critic, because he's been known to do a Looney Tunes remix or two, I suppose. In fact, if you have questions about that, you can ask him those questions right now, because here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the fat, the stupid, the now here and apparently ready, Trevor Thompson. Here he is.
What's up, Docs and Docettes? You've been listening to Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes Critic. Ain't he a stinker?
Hey, everybody. Welcome in to the first in a long while Looney Tunes Critic Q&A. And just making sure I got all my stuff over here so I can join you guys. I'm a teensy bit out of breath because I was dancing so hard to the music of of WLTC, Manx and Iggy. You know, they're on another planet right now, man. I don't know where they are. They're in the cosmos, but somehow they managed to still produce my shows and produce my videos and in this case produce the lovely and wonderful as it is Q&A. I mean, yeah, it's been a while, and let me just catch my breath here a little bit. There are 23 folks watching here. That's great. How are all of you tonight? I'm doing this in the evening, 6 p.m. here on the East Coast, and on a Wednesday. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've known for some time, but still thought that for some reason I could get away with doing all of this fun stuff on the weekend, like the commentaries and I'm sorry, I was reading something there. The thing of it is, folks, that you guys, we haven't done this in a while, and we've got a lot of new stuff to cover. But yeah, like I said, I normally did it in the weekends and in like the afternoon, and I must tell you, we'll probably do the Q&As when we do more of them. We're going to try and do 3 of them a year, once every 4 months. So, I think doing them, the weekends. The point is, the weekends are dead for content. If you make content for a living, and especially on YouTube, the weekends are the worst time to do anything. I mean, I was thinking about doing a review of Tom and Jerry last week, and it got to like too late on Friday, and as soon as I realized I wouldn't have it done by Saturday morning, I just shelved it. Thad and I should say, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. I should have it up by Friday, but the point being, Saturdays are shit for content, absolute shit for content. But like I was getting ready to say, we are going to be doing some live streaming on Twitch that we can't get away with here on YouTube by virtue of just the copyright stringency, which I actually understand. But Twitch has a lot of good policies, I would say, on that sort of thing. So we're going to be doing a thing soon called Good Saturday Morning. And what Good Saturday Morning is going to be is like a 4 or 5 hour roughly live stream of programming that we couldn't do here on Looney Tunes Critic on the channel here. So it's going to be like, longer marathons of cartoons. It'll still be, related to the education side of things, but, we can also I feel like we can watch a whole movie and still be educated, and have that thing throughout where I come in during the commercials or whatever and tell you little tidbits, and then we go right back to it. But so anyway, that's Good Saturday Morning, and we're going to do that on Saturday morning. But any more live stream stuff like this, like a Q&A like this, we got to do it during the week like this, during the evening when people are around. We got 28 people watching now. That's great. So let's start going through these and seeing if there are any questions I can actually answer. So let's see. Hi, Ray. By the way, guys, I'm old. Just for the record, I'm 42, so I'm going to be squinting at a lot of these. Hey, Trevor, this is from JD 1989, and he's asking, hey, Trevor, are you aware of Greg Stevens at Pop Arena? No. and his Knickknacks project. Oh, he does. Oh, I know what Knickknacks is. Yes. I didn't know he was the guy. Think you should reach out to Greg and give him your insight when he covers Looney Tunes on Nickelodeon. I don't agree with that because I watch his series, and I'll tell you something. He doesn't really cover the show so much as how the show, whatever the show is. And I do shudder to call Looney Tunes a show. It's not a show, but yes. Looney Tunes on Nickelodeon, I guess you could argue, is a show. But that guy does a really, really great job of covering more about like where the network was when that show started. So, and to be perfectly frank, I don't know jack about shit about that. How it came to be and all that stuff. And in fact, Matt Hunter knows a lot more about that, which is to say he knows one or two things about it, which is he knows or did know the guys, the barbershop quartet that did the theme for that. So yeah, if anyone should reach out to him for help from our little camp, it should be Matt Hunter. AP says, you should do a commentary with Anthony Trevor. I don't know who Anthony Trevor is, but I like his last name. Do you see the jokes I make? Okay. Anthony, I mean, let's be honest. Anthony wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. If anyone should be knocking on doors, it is he to I. He should bow down and kiss the ring. I'm kidding. I'm totally fucking kidding. Actually, hang tight. I don't know if he wants this spoiled, but there's something coming down the pike from the two of us, and not just the two of us, but I'm not the only get, if I can just say that, if I am a get at all. So yeah, hang out for that. There's a podcast that a couple of us animation nerds did. Warner Brothers and Disney VHS DVD B collector. Hi Trevor, I just got my rare Laserdisc copy of the Golden Age of Looney Tunes Volume 2 on eBay. Well, you better hold on to it, because that shit is, you better take good care of that stuff, buddy. Because it is not in favor right now. Spiderus Prime says hi. Hey Trevor, what is your thoughts? This is from the Tajasta. I don't know. You kids with your crazy names. Try this. Say it out loud like a sentence. Sound it out, guys. And if it sounds weird saying it out loud, it's a dumb name, you know? And for the record, Ferris Wheelhouse is a fucking dumb name, but at least you know what it is when you read it. Sort of. You know what the words are. Hey Trevor, what is your thoughts? I'm getting tired of hearing that. It's what are your thoughts? I don't know if you're, I apologize if I'm trashing someone who doesn't speak English, but most of the times it's not. It's people that English is their first language and they still sound like cavemen. What is your thoughts? What are my thoughts on Dr. Seuss getting canceled? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not a father. I'm a cat daddy, but I mean, it might concern me if I was a parent, but something tells me even if I was a parent and I wanted those, whatever those books were and I don't know which ones they are, but chances are I would probably already have them, and I would just, I don't give a shit about it if it's on Twitter. To me, Twitter validates so many things for so many people. To me, if it's on Twitter and it started there, it's already on shaky ground as far as I'm concerned. Looney Tunerland. Trevor, will YouTube ever upload the whole Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies series instead of just posting the Looney Tunes home video collections and those double merged episodes? That that's a silly question. You know it won't. Don't ask silly questions. Because really, why would they? I mean, that's my question for you, Looney Tunerland. Why the... and first of all, you said, will YouTube ever upload? As if YouTube is just sitting on all these cartoons, and they're just waiting for Warner Brothers to give them... No. Would Warner Brothers ever upload the whole... No, absolutely not. Why would they? That's my question to you. Why would they? Callum De La Force, opinion on the recently released Tom and Jerry special shorts. They're special, all right. I have seen them. We'll probably talk about them. Thad and myself are, like I said, doing a thing about Tom and Jerry tomorrow, so we'll probably talk about them there. But they're pretty good for what they are. Thank you. Stephen Thompson says, thank you so much for all the great content. And I say, thank you, fellow family member. It's weird when somebody who has the same last name as you praises you on your content, because it just looks like you can't get anybody to watch your stuff except for like the family. What are your thoughts on Barney Bear cartoons? I don't watch them. Yeah, Michael Payon said the same thing. He was like, are you related to Trevor? Yeah, no, he's not. But we're related. We're related, Mike. We're related in so much as you and I are related, which is that we are Looney Tunes brethren and sistren, or whatever it is. I don't know. Somebody was texting me just now, and it's somebody, and it is somebody who knows that I'm doing this right now. So, whoever that person is, fucking knock it off. Maybe call, and I'll put you on speakerphone if you want to say this goofy shit that you want to interrupt me with. Other than that, though, person watching this who knows I'm doing this, stop texting me. I gave you 2 fucking weeks to send me questions. All right? Fuck off. You're lucky I'm not telling your name. Oh. I like the Horton hatches the egg. Minto Star X. You make me feel inspired to hopefully take an animation history course. Now I am wondering if Looney Tunes would be upscaled. How do they polish the animation? That's a good question. They don't upscale. That you're using that term incorrectly, Minto Star. But I like your avatar. XX Minto Star XX. Again, when you say it out loud, it sounds silly. So just so you know, it reads silly in people's heads. You got to be like Michael Lake. Yeah, a history course would be good, but you would learn, I hope, that what upscaling is, literally, is like when you take your... Ooh, boom, boom. It's like when you take like a little picture or a smaller picture in Photoshop or small video and you just upscale it. But that's digital. They don't do that because upscaling means it's small here and we need to make it big. But with HD and 4K, that information is already huge. For years on VHS and DVD, before we had Blu-ray, it wasn't upscaling, it was bringing it down to the crappy level. Because video is shit. Don't ever forget that. As far as we get into Blu-ray and all that stuff, you know, it's a lot, it's 100% more convenient than film. No denying that. But understand, in terms of quality in the formats, video is shit compared to film. And you don't upscale those cartoons. You upscale shitty ass fucking Sonic the Hedgehog from the 90s that was made in, you know, and they only have these, you know, broadcast tapes. So that is video and it's, you know, 300, 360, 480 interlaced. that stuff gets upscaled. You know, stuff like this. I'll show you this. Oh my God, I haven't even fucking opened it yet. Why would I? Why would you? Like this stuff. Tiny Toons, right? This is the stuff that gets upscaled because most of the, you know, for the longest time, and this is standard def anyway, this isn't Blu-ray, but for the longest time, this stuff was only available on broadcast tapes, which I know they're big and gigantic and they look like, you know, they're almost the size of old VCRs in a lot of ways, but it's crap formats. Now, there's been no word on if they would ever put out a Blu-ray of Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, which, by the way, I am doing a review of Sylvester and Tweety, an in-depth review of Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries this year. But while there is no word yet for them to put it out on Blu-ray, they did do a proper restoration, which is to say they got the original camera negatives, which are film. So there's no upscaling there. We're working in HD, which is, or 4K, I don't know which, but both of those can be easily worked with in terms of film, in terms of the size and the depth of the image. So that's one example where stuff like this isn't shit. Michael Lake says, "My first one of these, and I love your channel." Oh, you've never been to one of the Q&As before, Michael, have you? Well, here's to you, Michael. Cheers. I say cheers, but it's really just Coke. And this is I have 4 of these. Or I did. I think I broke one. But that's the glass from the 50th. 1990, which I remember very much. Ryan's Treasures. Oh, I just lost a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I just lost a bunch of these. Give me just 1 second. I gotta find... Oh, there we are. A lot of message retracted. What's going on, guys? You afraid to say what you gotta say, man? What do I think of Looney Tunes back in action? Andrew Bradley wants to know. It's fine. I'll do... Michael Payon Productions says, but you're not the Tom and Jerry critic. No, but I elect anyone who wants the job because I sure don't. If I could get anybody to do it, if I could just like point a finger and anoint somebody to do it, it would probably be somebody like Eli Copperman, or shit. If it could be anybody, it would be Thad, actually. But yeah, I'm not the Tom and Jerry critic. Good, that's a good point, and it's a better point than you would think. Is my point. Excuse me. By the way, I'm fat, and that means that sitting here drinking soda under these lights, I will be, and I'm asthmatic too. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'm asthmatic on top of it. So you'll hear a lot of lovely noises and burps and gurgles that you don't normally get to hear in my videos. So, yay. Minto wants to know if I'll be doing more Pepe Le Pew cartoons. I mean, eventually, but I have no desire, to be completely honest. There's only like 20 people here, so I guess I can say whatever I want. I really don't fucking care about doing the commentaries. I mean, I had fun doing them when I did them, but I did them because I needed to. I did them because I needed to build an audience, and I did. But when I wanted to take a break, I did, and then I polled everybody and I asked. I was like, would anyone be really upset if I stopped? And thankfully, graciously, everyone was like, no, man. And and not to sound disingenuous or anything like that, but didn't the Pepe commentaries we didn't do anything for my numbers. So that and a few other reasons, I can safely say I don't need to do the commentaries to help my numbers anymore. I had to at one time, and I don't anymore, and they took up time, just like everything does. So I probably won't be doing them anytime soon. And also, speaking of Anthony, I mean, the dude's doing every single cartoon in Warner's history, one after the other, every single day. I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with that. But also, you know, when I do commentaries, you know, after the fact, it'll be like a bigger deal, I imagine. But I've kind of moved on from the commentary because I really like doing Tex Avery Tuesdays with Pez and now with Greg. Because it's something that I can sit here and pretend like it's my idea for the format, but Pez has been in my ear for well over a year and a half saying, hey man, you know, I know you believe in that old showmanship thing of leave him wanting more, but you know, it's you just talking over the cartoon. There's a lot more information to relay. You could talk after the commentary, after the cartoon is over. And I was like, eh. And then when we started doing, you know, Tex Avery Tuesdays, it was on like Donkey Kong, as the kids once said. But yeah, like I say, I kind of like doing those commentaries that way, and I don't know that I don't know if I'm gonna do commentaries again anytime soon, but I do know that if I do them again, it'll probably be in a different way. What do you think of the Saturday morning cartoons block on MeTV? Well, we put some clips in our the episode that we just did on Tex Avery Tuesday of MeTV, so we like it. In fact, we're in communications, shall we say, with MeTV at the moment about. Let's just put it this way: I can't say what and who and when and where, but I can say this. If you start seeing a lot of cartoons that were featured on Tex Avery Tuesday on MeTV that are fully restored, it's not entirely a coincidence. That's what I'll say. Tagmon74, you've said before that the Looney Tunes aren't the kind of characters that would team up. But if done right, would they all compete against each other? Yeah, sure. When Sec Mass, I remember that name. I'm sorry if I know you from something else, but when should we expect your in-depth Looney Tunes cartoons review, and will it include season 2 and your thoughts on that? It will. When you should expect it is a good question. I don't know. And it is not beyond me at this point to realize that in a month and a half, it will have been a full year since I announced that I would be doing this review and all that stuff. So yeah, you're right. I definitely have to do that. But to be specific. It's not a review about Looney Tunes cartoons per se. It's a review about the history of Looney Tunes projects done for television that promised a return to the old ways. It's basically saying, here's how we got to Looney Tunes cartoons. And I will be talking about them, specific cartoons, as well, but the in-depth review will be more about how, if you're young and this is the first kind of thing you've seen where, the Looney Tunes are coming back and doing cartoons again and blah, 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 and they're funny. For old guys like me and Mark Kausler and Tom Minton and Greg Ford and even Jerry Beck, this is, same song, new verse, However, we all do acknowledge Looney Tunes cartoons. This is easily, hands down, the most work they've ever put into it and the most money they've ever spent on it and the most control they've ever given the artist. Oh dear. We are being threatened by a menacing young mountain cat who is surely going to kill us. Surely we shall perish, for the boy is here. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got some... I fed you. I fed you just before this thing so that you wouldn't do this very thing that you're doing right now. You know? I mean, not for nothing, but it's the internet. You know, you're a cat. The internet doesn't like cats. Everyone knows that. Thoughts on Tweety's high-flying adventure? I haven't seen it. Ryan's Treasures. Hey, buddy, can you, seriously, can you not right now? I love you very much, but you do this all the time. Are you aware of Thunderbean? Yeah, of course. I know Steve. And did you know that they recently released the Censored 11 on Blu-ray? Come on, buddy. Sorry, I had to get rid of him. Thunderbean. And did you know that they recently released the Censored 11 on Blu-ray? No. I don't know who Thunderbean is, and I've never heard that. I'm the Looney Tunes Critic. Of course I know! Jesus! How old are you, dude? I'm older than all of you put together. I know this shit, and I know Steve. Thoughts on the new Tom and Jerry movie, says Croc Ravenger. I have thoughts on it, believe me. And next few days, me and Thad will be going over that. If I took an animation history class, what Looney Tunes cartoon would you recommend writing an analysis on? I would not recommend writing an analysis on any Looney Tunes cartoon because you will look foolish. What I would recommend is understanding why story is not nearly as important in those old cartoons. I mentioned we played the animation resources stuff. So go to animationresources.org because there's a great article that Steve Worth wrote about the writing, how writing is a completely different process in animation in those days. Michael Barrier had a long fight about it for a while, and Michael Barrier is a nice guy, but the good thing about Steve is that Steve understands that, and unfortunately people like Jerry don't really understand this, and I do too. I do, which is that, like, that's why Tex Avery Tuesdays is what it is. It's me, the animation historian, and an animator. You need a fucking animator. You need artists involved in this stuff just to convey, just to explain properly what's being done. Because it's not, you can't write visual stuff. You can't sit there at a typewriter and work it out. It doesn't work that way. John Dex. I wonder, did the original Looney Tunes directors had their favorite shorts of the characters Chuck, Rob, Frizz, and Tex? I don't know what you're saying. If Bob McKimson, this is Michael Payon, if Bob McKimson never took the director job, do you think Rod Scribner would be a good director? No. Although there is evidence that he would have been. But I assume you're saying, talking about Warner's. No, he would not. He fucking hated Warner Brothers when he was at Bob McKim, when he was working for Bob. So yeah, he would have, just because he was, so anti-Warner Brothers, he would have been a bad director for no other reason. And I know that because I just recently interviewed Rod Scribner's daughter and his son. So there'll be a video about that soon. James K. Gunn. Hi, Trevor, big fan. By the way, I know that name, and I know it's not James Gunn, but James, I think you've posted before. James asks, have you ever considered doing a list of your favorite Looney Tunes shorts? No. I mean, I have, but I don't want to do that. Just because it's... I mean, you would have to quantify it somehow, and most of the shorts are my favorite, so it would just be a long, endless video. Can you do a video about defending Tex Avery Scribble Classics Volume 2? People said it was a downgrade from the first one. No, I'm not going to do a video about that. I only cover Looney Tunes stuff, and some people will point out that I cover Roger Rabbit stuff, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. Roger Rabbit is Looney Tunes. I don't believe in canon and shit like that, like these Marvel DC words and Star Wars words that you guys love so much, but, Roger Rabbit is as much of a... I mean, Acme, the Acme factory, and not a jokey version. No, it's the actual Acme factory from the Warner Brothers cartoons. And Marvin Acme is, the CEO of it. He's not a main character, but he's a character in the film. And the whole film's third act takes place in the Acme factory. And it's the Acme logo. That trademark, the logo you see in the movie is trademarked and owned by Warner Brothers. So I don't care what anybody says. But other than that, I only cover Looney Tunes stuff. However, those people that are saying it's a downgrade from the first one are, as they often are, technically right. However, where they're wrong is it doesn't fucking matter, and just buy it and shut the fuck up. That's what you should... I mean, I don't need to make a video based on that. Mr. T. Oh, he's calling me Mr. T. Will the Bugs Bunny Show live stream ever be shown again? I don't know what you mean. I have no idea what that means. The Bugs Bunny Show live stream? I have no idea what that is. What you're talking about. New Screwy Squirrel or Droopy? It's certainly possible. I wouldn't look forward to it. I would really not look forward to seeing the new Looney Tunes crew trying to do Tex. It was bad enough when Michael Law tried to do Tex, and those cartoons were decent enough. But I'm not into those cartoons because I love the character of Screwy Squirrel or Droopy. They don't have characters. They're flat, two-dimensional characters. They exist strictly they're conduits for the gags. And Tex has said that himself. Droopy's the one with the most character of all of them. But I'm not there for the characters. I didn't buy that Droopy set, because I love the character. It's because I love Tex. So I wouldn't, we might see it, we might not. I wouldn't be quick to, I wouldn't be interested in seeing it. I really love this person's name. I hope they're still here. Armenian Pepsi. That's a fucking great name, man. Here's to it. Here, I'm gonna drink Coke to the name Armenian Pepsi. Hi, Trevor. Been totally hooked on your vids since I discovered you oh, thank you. Oh, he's just saying love your vids. He, she, I do apologize. Can't really tell based on the name or the avatar, which is a question mark. Doc Dacus, please tell me I'm not the only fan of Claude Cat. You're not. United Filmations Incorporated. I hate Filmation, right? Like despise. Like people say you should never use the word hate. It's such a strong word. I'm using the word hate. I hate Filmation. So I hope you don't. I hope it's like a mistake that you just don't know what Filmation is because it's dead, and you could say, "Oh, Filmation." But how do you feel about the old Bosco cartoons? Which ones? The Warner Brothers ones, or the kind? Which ones? The kind of racist Warner Brothers ones, or the super fucking racist MGM ones? Joaquin Ocaranza 42 aka Bugs Loud. You guys with your fucking names, man. I swear to God. Ren and Stimpy or Animaniacs? Both. You've said before that the Looney Tunes aren't the kind of characters that would team up. Oh, we already asked that question. John Dex. I know you're the before the generation of these shows, but what's your favorite Cartoon Network too? And I really don't have one. I mean, I guess if Adult Swim counts, I would say I've always been a fan of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I really do love I've only seen like 3 episodes or maybe 6, something like that. I really did love Johnny Bravo, and I really loved Powerpuff Girls, the original one, and I saw the movie in the theater. And granted, I was high, but we all went. We was in the early 2000s. We were making a movie at the time in Florida, me and Sean and my friend Jimmy, and a bunch of hoes. And it's true, actually. But we went to go see the Powerpuff Girls movie, and we laughed our asses off, dude. It's like, I remember laughing really hard at the headline the next day. It said, "Freaky weird bug-eyed girls destroy everything." Phononut, I really enjoy your text. Thank you. Text every Tuesdays. What's your favorite Looney Tunes 7 Arts cartoon? That's an impossible question. I hate them all equally. Are you aware that Warner's making a Wile E. Coyote film straight to theaters? Yeah, I know about it. I've known about it. They've been trying for a very, very long time to do that movie. It kind of suffers the same fate as the Marvin Martian movie, which may actually. I shouldn't say anything. Do I know Dave Lee? Yeah, I mean, I know who he is. He mentioned us in one of his videos. He mentioned the wet cement commentary, which you guys were so mature and handled yourselves very well on. Does Greg Ford hate on Tiny Toons? No, but he was before Ruger got the job or was asked to do it. They offered it to Greg Ford, and Greg wisely said no. Keck Mass says, I don't know if you can talk about this. That's true, you don't. I was able to catch this video in one of your playlists. What happened to the Eric Bauza Might Not Be Bugs in Space Jam video? It was a great watch. Thank you. The short story of that is that Eric asked... Yeah, you're right. Maybe I can't talk about it. I was making it with Eric's help. And it's not for any reason that you might think. It was just, he wanted me to make a few changes, and I was just like, that kind of takes away everything I was going to say about it, and we're going to do something together again. Don't worry. But it's obvious to anyone that wants to literally take 2 minutes. There's really no question about who's going to voice Bugs in Space Jam. So in that respect too, it was just like, well, anyone who is saying that Eric is going to voice Bugs in Space Jam is only speculating, because there's no reason for you to think that. Mr. T, will the Bugs Bunny show live stream? Dude, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Use different words. Did you hear about the Lego Looney Tunes minifigures? No, I didn't. I don't care. I just wanted to make sure if you knew. Do you plan on making a video talking about the censored Blu-ray? No, upon Steve's request. because those cartoons are owned by Warner Brothers. 3 of them are in the public domain, but the rest of them Warner's owns, which means Steve really can't sell them. So getting arguably the biggest guy on YouTube, both in size and also just, fandom, the biggest representative for all things Looney Tunes on YouTube to say, hey guys, go buy it. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for me or for Steve. Joseph asked if I was going to do a Looney Tunes Critic. No, because I don't care about cartoons too much and outside of Looney Tunes enough to talk about them intelligently. That's kind of why I started doing Looney Tunes Critic, is because there wasn't anything before me, in terms of like people legitimately covering classic animation like this kind of stuff. And there's people way more qualified to talk about everything outside of Looney Tunes. So I figured if I just got the ball rolling. So, anyone can do it. Anyone should do it that knows. Again, I elect the usual suspects. Austin, Kelly, Matt. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I lost everything again. Are you still in contact with Jim Smith? We can't talk about Jim here. Where the fuck? I lost it. I'm so sorry, everybody. Let me go back here. Oh. Mr. Awesome. Mr. Awesome has a very, I think it's an interesting avatar. It looks like a hot chick, but I can't tell. It looks like a redhead, actually, which my favorite kind. Love the channel. I also grew up with Bugs Bunny Roadrunner and Bugs Bunny Tweet on Saturday mornings. Kudos. Bugs Bunny Roadrunner, the CBS iteration, I would assume. Which, by the way, Manx, I know you can hear me on the spaceship. So when this thing is over, right when this thing is over, I want you to play the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show theme song for Mr. Awesome, in the hopes that he will in the hopes that this avatar is his girlfriend and he will send me pictures of her vagina. I don't know. Oh, hang on. Give me a second, everybody. Doc Docus, Roger Rabbit is Disney. I mean, shut the fuck. No, it isn't. Disney. It was almost not. It was barely Disney when they were making it. I mean, they didn't even know if it was going to be Disney. What's the worst Looney Tunes classic short? Holy shit, I don't know. The worst. Probably The Talking Kid. I mean, it's boring. It doesn't go anywhere. It's racist. I mean, whatever happened to Matt Hunter's episodes of the Bugs Bunny show? Michael Payon asked the right question. So that live stream I told you about, we're going to start doing on Saturdays, Good Saturday Morning. That will be among the content we do for that. It'll be half hour, like a normal half hour block, but because it's edited, all the commercials are out, that means we've got 8 minutes at the end of every episode. So it'll be an episode that Matt cut together, and then at the last 8 minutes, it'll be Matt and me interviewing Matt, basically talking about that episode and how he edited it together, blah, blah, blah. So that hasn't gone anywhere. That's going to be a part of the Good Saturday Morning block. James Gunn asks, outside of Warner Brothers, what are my favorite Golden Age studios? I don't really have them. I mean, you can't fuck with Disney, can you? Oh, yeah, of course. Original Looney Tunes directors had their own favorite shorts, of course. Filmation's attempts at Tom and Jerry Yeah, and Looney Tunes make me sick to my stomach. That's what Callum de la Force says, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, everything Filmation, and when you say sick to your stomach, I'm not even kidding. I've told this to countless people, a few people that work there. Tom Minton used to work at Filmation in the heyday when it was literally wall-to-wall with hacks. Hack writers, hack artists, everything. And I told him once, I was like, I don't know what it is, whether it's the overly produced, loud, jarring, music tracks and audio, or the shitty film or whatever it is. But when I watched as a kid, when I watched anything Filmation, even something that was supposedly Filmation good, like Journey Back to Oz, I got, and this is the word I'm using because I'm sticking by it, car sick. Filmation makes me car sick. So when you said sick to your stomach, amen, brother. Isn't Filmation still technically alive? No. They didn't own it. Filmation doesn't own He-Man. I think it's Mattel or one of the whatever the toy company is. Hey, Mr. Awesome, it's been done, said Matt Hunter. And Matt Hunter, by the way, I know it's he's talking about someone else, but Matt Hunter is Mr. Awesome. What's up, Matt Hunter? I don't know why I'm calling you Matt Hunter. By the way, what's the name of that movie, dude? We were talking about on the phone. There's some movie I was watching recently where it was like a real shitty 80s grindhouse movie. It was like some blow him up hunter from the future, bad guy, but his name was Matt Hunter. I was just like, the whole movie I'm watching, he goes, Matt Hunter will kill. It's so fucking funny to me. It'd be funny to me and you and like that and nobody else, and maybe Greg Ford. Stephen Thompson, I thought you had a live stream. Yes, Stephen, that is what I'm talking about. That is the Good Saturday Morning live stream that I was telling Michael Payon about. We haven't just stay subscribed to the channel or go to the blog or the Facebook page, anything that has me on it, and you can get information. I mean, I'm going to let everybody know when we start to do them. It's a lot of work. And you got to remember that too. It's a lot of work for something that maybe nobody will watch. So, I have to kind of prioritize my time. But we're okay because Matt is here. And yeah, you know what, Matt? We were talking about there needs to be a Tom and Jerry critic. I nominate you. You should fucking do it. Are those recreation cells in the background? Technically, Armenian Pepsi, they are from the book, from the, I'll show you. Sure. This one. Animation art. And as you can see, there's all sorts of pages loose here because I cut out all the ones that I wanted, and I mounted them on this red cardboard and made it look like I have the money to spend on all these cells, which I really don't. And let this be a lesson to you. Just because you see it on the screen on the internet does not mean it is real. I honestly wonder why WB has been so secretive of Space Jam's voices. They haven't. That's the point. You're missing the point. They haven't. That was the point of that video, and that's why part of the reason we stopped doing it is because it's not a secret. Go to IMDb. It tells you right there who everybody is. Manx has a spaceship. No, Manx does not have a spaceship. Manx is on a spaceship. Iggy has a spaceship, and he and Manx and Manx's girlfriend, Twinklebelly, who is a bottomless fairy, and also a redhead, Mr. Awesome should know. They are up in space at the moment. They're going to be up there for I don't know how long, but they used to make cartoons in the old days too. they were for grown-ups. They were, kind of dirty. And, then they got put on TV and then they got censored, and these angry parents groups said, they censored them and they, took out all the gross stuff, and they took the original cartoons, they put them on a rocket ship and blasted them in outer space. So Manx, Iggy, and Twink are in outer space right now looking for their old cartoons. But like I say, they still have responsibilities. Manx and Iggy do anyway, to the show. So Iggy operates the cameras and all this shit remotely, and Manx is, they'll be turning on WLTC when this is all over. Again, favorite stoner comedy? You can smell the weed. The weed's over there. I actually didn't do any of it on camera today. Why did they have such a hard-on for Speedy during the Patty Freeling era? It was working. And, they didn't have the money to do anything good, and it was working. It doesn't matter who worked for Filmation. A bunch of talent. Tom Minton worked for Filmation. Tom Minton is one of the greatest people to ever work in animation, in one of the worst times in animation. It doesn't matter, great artists work at shitty studios all the fucking time. Doesn't mean anything. Wow, you guys are really... Okay, what's the drink of choice? Just Coke. Daffy and Porky Meet the Groovy Ghoulies. It was pretty bad. Have I seen that? Yes. Mr. Thompson, I was wondering, what do you hope to get out of Space Jam 2? My money back! Yes, Matt, that's right. It was a Chuck Norris movie. Yeah. That's right. That's right, dude. Right. Yep. By the way, everybody, look Matt up if you don't. Go to goldenagecartoons.com right now, everybody, and support that website. Buddy, you need to fuck off. Go away. Dude, what are we doing? I'm trying to do a live stream. Would you fuck off? Go away. I swear, he has no interest in me all day long. The second I fucking put on some lights and... Dude. Oh my God, I'm going to kill this cat. I was wondering, Danielle Acosta, do you prefer Clampett over Chuck or the other way? I do, I prefer Clampett. But Chuck's my second favorite. Oh, shit. I hate this fucking thing. Sorry. Yeah, Iggy's the smart one. Yeah, and unfortunately, Joe, yeah, you're right. And Brenda Banks did unfortunately pass away. But she fucking hung in there, man. She made it to December. And she, did kind of what we thought she did, which is she's went off to be a trailblazer in some other part of the world. And she valued her privacy. She was... a lot of you young kids don't understand the idea of someone valuing their privacy, because every minute of every day is on the internet. But some people don't like it. And, hey, buddy, get down. So, yeah, I would have liked to have met her. Who is that pig stuffed animal sitting between? Well, Michael... I know you're saying it doesn't look like Porky, but who else would it be? And I ask you, Michael, this is a naked pig. How is that not Porky? Yeah, this is a look at young Trevor's past. My dad's mother, my grandmother, Grandma, she made me and my sister a Petunia and a Porky. I wanted a Porky doll when I was like 5. And at the time, they didn't make them. Or if they did, they didn't make them anywhere in my town or near me. And unfortunately, over time, the coat, the little blue coat that she made for him, and the little bow tie that sat here has gone away. But this was a Cabbage Patch Kid that she mangled and turned into like a pig snout and repainted and redrew these eyes. And then she made these little ears out of this. She had the same kind of cloth that they were using. Very crafty woman. So this is my Porky. This is my super off-model Porky. Did Mr. Bencover ever come back for revenge? No, he didn't. In fact, I don't know if it was Bentover, but it was certainly somebody in his department took down the commentary I did with Bob Bergen about the whatever the Firehouse cartoon is, the new Looney Tunes cartoon that he did with Bowser, with Porky and Daffy. And, you know, I got this strike and everything. It's just like, and so you can look up the email address because of when it comes from a person. And I did. And I just emailed them and I was like, I don't think this is right. I think this is quite clearly a commentary. And also, we praise it. It's me and Bob was in it. And we said the cartoon was great. I don't think this hurts anything. And then, you know, not only did they drop everything, but we got monetization for it. So, yeah, I do kind of have a ponytail now. How did you get all your Myriad, the Stargazer? How did you get all your contacts? It seems like you know everyone. I do know a lot of people, and it happens over time because a lot of the people that work on this stuff, the older guys anyway, are not, by choice, are not internet savvy. So there has to be a lot of, you know, this person and that person knows you for a while, and they say, okay, well, you know, I'll put in a good word for you, you know, next time. Like, that's how I got to talking to Greg Ford, is I wanted an interview for Quackbusters. And, you know, so, and I knew Jerry knew him, so I couldn't find anything online. Well, me and DVD extras, that might actually be a thing. I'll just say this, there is a Tex Avery-like project, I guess it is Tex Avery, that I will be a part of. And that's all I can say. I lost this again. IMDb credits Bugs as being Jeff and Bowser. No, it doesn't. It credits one of them. It doesn't say Bugs Bunny played by blank and blank. It says one or the other. I don't know. This is why I don't like commentary, you know, comments and stuff. It's like, guys, you're not even fucking reading the shit. Why should I engage when it's clear as day? It says, you seen that animated porno Once Upon a Girl? No. I didn't get the Bugs' 80th birthday. Yeah, you and everybody. And so here's what I say to you and all the other fans. 2 years from now, hey, why isn't there a Bugs set or a Daffy set? How come there's not a Roadrunner set? How come there's not a blah, blah, blah set? Because none of y'all fucking get off your asses and buy the shit when it fucking means something. The Porky Pig 101 set, all over again. Y'all listen to Thad, and Porky Pig 101 barely made its money. You got to understand how markets work. You have to prove there's a market for stuff. And if every time they put something out, you all go, like 2/3 of you all go, I don't like the da-da-da. You fuck us. Here's the deal. You can complain about this shit when you buy it. It's like the voting thing. You can complain about the government if you voted. You can complain about the fucking DVDs if you actually go out and buy them. If not, shut the fuck up. You are killing the market. It's true. And by the way, I'm not mad. What would you say your favorite of the Looney Tunes Pace of Features is after Quackbusters? Mike, with the Mike Payone Productions with the good numbers on the good questions. That's the second really good question tonight. A question that will be answered later this year. I will be doing a video in praise of what I believe to be the best paced up special. I do, yes, that's correct. That I do think the Quackbusters is the best feature because it had a theatrical run. It was made for theaters. But the best paced up special, I'm about to do a video on it, and I interviewed people that made it, and so yeah, they saved the best for last, ladies and gentlemen. Bugs Bunny's Looney Tunes. I fucking love it. I love it. Nancy Beeman is a genius. She's a little hard to deal with in real life, but she's a fucking genius. And if you don't believe me, watch Bugs Bunny's Looney Tunes. And also go out and buy it because it's just recently been put out on DVD. I got 2 copies over there. Would love to see some of your stand-up. Nobody will. Did get the Bugs 80, by the way. By the way, I did fuck that up with the What's Up Pop hashtag. What's Up Pop is an existing hashtag. Although, for the record, look up What's Up Pop now, hashtag What's Up Pop, and you'll find not one of you posted to Instagram smashing it and saying what's up. So yeah, I don't, again, a couple more years are going to go by. A bunch of us are going to be complaining about, oh, there's no more home video market. And I'm going to be the guy going, yeah, boo fucking who? I warned you, motherfuckers, and you didn't listen. Booyakasha. Did the Bugs Bunny 80th not sell? No, it didn't. And it shouldn't surprise you. It should not surprise you how caustic this fucking fandom is. How long did it take you to make a commentary video? I wish I could say that I do it the way, I wish I could say I do it the way the likes of the greats, like Greg Ford do it. I was talking to Greg while he was making the commentaries that were on the Blu-ray. I was on the phone with him while he was doing that a couple times, and he was tortured because he writes it all out. He has to time it. He has to get his interviews lined up and everything like that. And also, everything has to be approved by Warner Brothers and the lawyers. So it's a very vicious process. And meanwhile, I do it the way that Anthony does it, and a lot of us do it, which is it takes me as long as the actual cartoon. It's very first thought. Matt, you didn't know they put Looney Tunes on DVD? I thought I fucking screamed at you to go buy it because it was kind of under the rug. But here we go. It's right here. Okay, I didn't buy 2 copies. I only have 1 copy. I did have Joe Castiglione. I was answered that. Somebody already asked that verbatim. Why are you stealing people's questions? Yeah, this is Looney Tunes, and it also comes with Marvin the Martian Space Tunes, which is easily the laziest of all the specials, because Looney Tunes is literally one cartoon after another. No new animation. They don't even have a fucking title card. You see the Warner Brothers logo from the 90s with Bugs, biting the carrot, and then first cartoon starts. That's it. Just 2 hours of cartoons. But anyway, pick it up. And I'll be doing a video of that later in the year. Where are we? You guys are now starting to get a lot of comments in here, like when I'm getting close to the end of this thing. Although I think I have about another 20 minutes. Porky Pig 101, Bugs Bunny 80th. Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Michael David Alvarez, but you kind of got to get it when it counts. Keener Lorber to Patty Freeling cartoons? Sort of. I sort of do, and I can't really talk about that, actually, because, anyway. I had the Mattel Porky Pig talking hand puppet. There was Porky hand puppet? Interesting. Yeah, Looney Tunes looks as good as it can, Matt. Because again, it was shelved. It was shelved, but I mean, they got it from a broadcast tape. But it looks okay. I mean, it looks as good as it can. It's definitely interlaced, though. Doc Dacus, it didn't sell well because it included that ugly Funko thing. No, dude, it didn't. That's not the problem. This is what makes people like me in the know fucking furious. Because of that, you guys going, oh, no. It didn't sell well because you motherfuckers didn't buy it. You should buy it. Go buy it. Then smash it. Then complain. You guys think Warner's is going to listen to you, but you're not buying they listen to people who fucking gave them money. I know I sound like a Republican, but Jesus fucking Christ. It's not the Funko Pop figure. It's because you didn't buy it. That set is not for us. It's for the Walmart people. We want in a perfect scenario, we would be the ones only buying Warner Archive sets. But there are no Warner. The only Warner Archive set we ever got was Porky Pig 101. And no one bought it because of fucking Thad. And y'all listened to him, and you were wrong to do so. You don't think Warner Archive existed when they were doing Golden Collections? It was. They don't think of Looney Tunes as being a film historian audience, and the reason is the film historian audience pulls dumb shit like this whenever they put something out. It's not perfect, so you don't buy it. That is the problem. It is you. It is not Warner Brothers. Get out, buy it, then bitch. Then do your videos where you take shit down and tear it a new asshole. You know, you all listened to Thad about Porky Pig 101. You shouldn't have, but you know what Thad did that y'all didn't do? He bought 2 copies of that thing. He at least bought it, and y'all didn't. So, Anthony, I know Anthony's cool. Did you listen to That's Not Quite All, folks? No, but I know they're doing good stuff. There's also a really good podcast called, of course, you know this means podcast. Joseph, actually, I addressed that earlier about Anthony. No, about a cartoon, no. Waiting on getting a restoration, no. They're all restored. It's just a matter of when they put them out. I mean, most of them anyway, not all of them, but From Hair to Eternity. How does the best of a studio like Lance of Terry compare to the best Looney Tunes? It doesn't. I don't listen to Thad. Well, you know, most people did. And I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to Thad. You should listen to Thad. But he's admitted, too, that, you know, he was irresponsible. He was irresponsible about that. New Beavis and Butthead movie? Oh, God, don't do another one. I mean, actually, you know what? I take that back, because if as long as Mike Judge is involved, it has a chance. Yes, I mean, I asked. Okay, so we're getting a lot of repeat questions, and hey, buddy, I need you to not be by that lamp, that light, because that light, yeah, that is a kitty burning light, a kitty killing light. So if there was a kitty cat like you walking near it and tripping over it, it would not only would it kill this live stream, but it would kill you. So it's a good thing that you speak English. We have a very Chewbacca and Han Solo relationship. We don't speak each other's languages, but we understand them. Bury the hatch with Devin. I don't know what's going on with Devin. All the Looney Tunes golden sets that have been released, were you surprised that Robinson Crusoe finally got a DVD and Blu-ray release? No. There's a new technology that HBO is footing the bill for that gets these. I mean, they're still expensive as fuck. These restorations, they're still expensive as fuck to make. Any restoration where you're using the negative, which, by the way, is how you have to do it. But they are, HBO Max doesn't want anything on their platform that they don't have in true HD, which is why you won't see like Tiny Toons and all that other stuff. Some of the stuff you see on Boomerang, because it's the crappy, it's the shitty video. Yes, yeah, this is Myriad. Yes, this is how I'm making a living. I sounded like, sort of sounded like, I watched Jaws the other night and I sounded like Quint there. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I make a living. This shark, swallow you whole. God, I love that fucking movie. Where are we? Yeah, James Tim Walker. He's but Tim is not in the best health right now. Oh no! I had a drink, and then I put it over there, and now I'm thirsty over here. Oh no! What am I going to do? Just sit over there on the table and the bed, drinking, eating, having my breakfast in bed. I don't want breakfast in bed. I hate breakfast in bed. It's Father's Day, Henry. By the way, feel free to drop Pez a line. Pez has been teasing me for a while about doing Papa Bear on the video game and having me do the voice of it. And he should have never, Pez, if you're watching right now, you should have never said that shit to me. You should have never said that shit to me. Because now it's all I want. I'll be walking around here, doing, and keep in mind, mine is the Dawes Butler Papa Bear. I really can't do Mel's Papa Bear. Now, don't forget your lines! Yeah, it's not very good, is it? I'm doing a good thing for my paw on Father's Day. There, little man. I like Dan Haskett. I don't know that Space Jam 2 has a chance, but I will tell you that part of my theory about, well, it's not theory, but part of my reasons behind why I don't think Space Jam will work, and why I don't think Tom and Jerry works, and why I don't think the original Space Jam worked, I'll get into it, with my review with Thad about Tom and Jerry. But basically, these are marquee characters, and you can't change them. You can't change Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny can't go through some life-altering thing and come out a different character at the end of the movie. And that's what all movies are. They're narratives, they're stories, and every character, every protagonist in a movie has to go through something. And you see it all the time. You see it like Three Stooges movies, that the Three Stooges are relegated to side characters because they're doing, because they can't change. So they're like, they're friends with the love interest and the handsome guy, or Ash versus Evil Dead. That show was, and we all know Freddy versus Jason. Originally, before they'd even done or maybe they'd done Evil Dead 2. They wanted to do Ash versus Evil Dead, or Ash versus Freddy versus Jason. And Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell were all like, hey, man, that's great. Ash can finally kill Freddy and Jason. And New Line Cinema was like, whoa, no, you can't kill these guys. And, you know, Tom and Jerry can't change. They can't become different characters. They have to stay exactly the same. So Chloe Grace Moretz becomes the character, the protagonist. And then, you know, so they're always going to be side characters, even if they're the titular characters. And, you know, I mean, you can do a Tom and Jerry movie. You can do a Bullwinkle or you know, live action hybrid or Looney Tunes back in it, whatever you want to fucking do. But it's never going to work. You can get, and I had this argument with Pez, and it probably still stands the other day, but is whatever your thing that you think is wrong, the music, the animation, the timing, the this, the that, if they got all of it right, and it was like Roger Rabbit level perfect, it would still be a C-, because, you know, you can't, Tom and Jerry, the marquee characters, they can't do anything. So it's, you know, here's Tom and Jerry or whatever character is that I love, just walking around in the background of this other movie. It doesn't work as a whole, and it never will. I mean, it is a whole, but it won't work as a whole. Let's see, what time is it? Oh my goodness. You guys, we only have 500 minutes left. I wonder, let's see. Thank you for not asking any sexual questions. Thank you for not asking about why the comments are off. Jesse Smith. Jesse, are you a dude? Or do we finally have, you know, this is a sausage party in here, so do we finally have a female? The Marx Brothers post Paramount are another good example of what, yeah, I mean, Marx Brothers, again, they're marquee characters. Marxy. But they're, yeah, they have to be the same in every movie, and they were born out of shorts, you know, and short subjects. I don't know anything about Nicktoons other than Ren and Stimpy. And Matt Hunter, ladies and gentlemen, with the controversial hot take. The Tom and Jerry movie sucks. Whoa, buddy. Fucking language on this guy. We get it. You know everything, and we are not. Yeah, of course it sucked, dude. I mean, was anybody surprised that it sucked? You know? Okay, Jesse's a guy, of course. Well, then, why would a woman be here? Why would there be a female? Right, buddy? Yeah, I know there's going to be a reboot of Tiny Toons. There's going to be a reboot of everything eventually. It doesn't matter. Oh, somebody asked if I was a fan of the Animaniacs reboot, and yes, I was, but I've only seen the first 3 a few times. The rest of them I only watched once, but I liked them. I'm friends with Katie. Katie, what's her last name now? I don't remember Katie's last name. I guess Katie Rice. Yeah, Katie told me a lot of really fun stories working on it, and you can absolutely, it's one of those rare things that I don't see happening as much anymore, which is to say, you hear about having a bunch of people having fun working on something, and then you see the thing, and wow, the fun is on the screen. I can hear the fun. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get... I did think, what's his name? Tim Story. I feel like Tim Story is missing a golden opportunity as a black filmmaker. One of my, I mean, not to categorize, but probably my favorite black filmmaker, easily, or at least still working filmmaker, Spike Lee. In fact, just last night I watched Bamboozled, one of my favorite movies of all time. One of the best satires ever. It's easily my favorite movie of his. But anyway, he has a thing he does in all of his movies where, normally, like if it was Quentin Tarantino, it would say a Quentin Tarantino film at the beginning or at the end. But Spike says a Spike Lee joint. You know what? I'm gonna pause for the cause just on that note. I'll be right back. Spike Lee joint, a Spike Lee joint. Open up the eyes and give Spike Lee a joint. Spike Lee joint. Spike Lee joint. Yeah. His movies are joints. And I'm sure it means something different. I'm sure it doesn't actually mean marijuana joint, but who gives a fuck? I do think, though, as a black filmmaker, Tim Story is missing a golden opportunity to have his own Tim Story, thing. But it just said a Tim Story film or a Tim Story movie. It should say a Tim Story. I mean, at least for the Tom and Jerry movie, right? You're doing classic animation. If ever there was an opportunity to do a fucking pun joke in the credits, why not? And there was some funny stuff in that Tom and Jerry movie, but it's not enough to you know what I mean? It was bad, my friend. Oh, we got a woman here. Hello, lady. Sorry about the place. Sorry, it's a sausage factory. Nobody be mean to her. Funny man Timmy. Been trying to watch a lot of animated short films. Recommendations. Fuck. What was the one I just watched? It's the one from Japan. But it's not, stupid anime. It's about like a junkyard. These inanimate objects in a junkyard. I can't remember. It came out in 2016. Really good. Also, I would just recommend any episode of Primal, Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal, if you have the chance for that, because there's no dialogue. Every episode is completely visual storytelling. Jesse Smith. Trevor, you might remember me from the WB Animation Facebook group. I don't, but no offense. I don't remember anybody from those groups because I don't go there anymore because too many. It's never the people that don't have a problem with me. They never stand up for me, but the people who do have a problem with me are very loud and will not leave people like Jerry Beck alone. So, when we discuss the bugs, but yeah. What's up, Pop? Hey, Anthony's here. What's up, dude? The animation fanboy entitlement that caused Bugs Bunny said not to sell. Probably. Yeah. Okay, Jesse, why do you like it better than the one from the 90s? I'd be interested to hear that. Why it's better for you. Yeah, a Tim Story. That would be fucking funny. Tim Story is not the voice of Tom. Joe Barbera is the voice of Tom. And they used his old screams from the old cartoons, and they sound terrible. There's a long reason for that, and part of the reason for that is the fact that, it's not like the Treg Brown sound effects where they all have and they don't have like a Greg Ford copy of everything and that sounds good. So every time they take sound effects from those old Tom and Jerry cartoons, including those screams, they're from the cartoons, and they have other stuff in the background, like music and other sound effects and voices. So they have to work very hard. So that's why they kind of bury them in other stuff. You never hear a really good, solid Tom scream because they don't have the raw shit anymore. Anthony, sorry to add to the sausage factory. Hey, man. You do what you can do. I'm not listing my cartoons in order. What is this? What's your favorite classic animation studio? Warner Brothers. No, we're never going to see Gendy's Popeye movie, but it probably wouldn't be very good. Yeah, Nancy's the shit. I don't know the Tom and Jerry shorts by name. I like the one where Tom goes to heaven. I like that one. I like the ones where Tom and Jerry and Tuffy are in France and they have the fencing swords and all that stuff. I like some of those. Will you and Anthony do a collab? Fuck no, right, Anthony? You tell him. You know what's weird about this movie? You mentioned Chloe, Grace Moretz, Jesse. What's interesting I find about this movie is that it's the one thing that is the same about every other Chloe Grace Moretz movie. Whether it's great, terrible, or just okay, she's the best thing in it. So, you know, I remember thinking if she's bad in this, I would be surprised. But she's not bad in it so much as everybody's kind of shit. Because they don't, for some reason, everybody's as over the top and broad in their performances as the cartoon characters, which doesn't do anything to separate. It's like, the reason Roger Rabbit and Space Jam and all that stuff works is that there's a difference between humans and toons, Yeah, I don't know where I don't know where you're getting the idea that it's going to be on 80th, the Blu-ray on Amazon without the Funko Pop. That's why I got so fucking mad at everybody. Even Matt, I got mad at him. It's because I heard it out of Matt too. It was just, well, I'll just wait until they put it out without the. Why do you think they're going to do that? What reason do you have to think they're going to do it? I'll tell you this much: if it doesn't sell, if it doesn't make any money, like it's not now, they're not going to try to put it out without the. They're not going to be like, maybe we should sell it without the Funko. They're not going to do that, especially when they know that the Funko Pop figures are like $1 in the overall cost. Buy it now. I mean, just buy it now with the Funko Pop figure and then smash it and then put it up on Instagram and, that's how you make change. This stupid, I'm going to do it my way when the thing... No, stop. That's how you ensure we don't get good stuff down the line. That's how you make sure it happens. I have no idea what's going on with Tuned Out, and it's not on HBO Max. Why does the Animaniacs reboot look so much better than the new Looney Tunes cartoons? Actually, Steven Spielberg. That's, the short of it. I can't say specifically, but he cracked the whip, man. So anyway, guys, that music that you hear, you know what that means, don't you? My theme song. That means it's time to go. Time to wrap this shit up. That's going to do it for this Q&A. We'll do this again soon. I'm Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes Critic. And until next time, hit him, Bob.
Hey, what's up, folks? You're listening to Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes Critic. Although, everyone's a critic. That's all, folks.
WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
It's cartoon gold for young and old. It's the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner Show. Bugs is hot, but Coyote's not. And Roadrunners go, go, go. And they go beep, 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 boom, mama, 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 Bugs. There's Porky Pig. And Daffy Duck. The Sweetie Bird. Bugs Bunny's love. And Albert Bud. Sylvester the Cat. Speedy Gonzales. Got seven of them. And they go beep, 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 boom, mama, 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 Bugs. The famous cartoon show's the only way to go. It's the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner Show.
WLTC, Looney Tunes Critic Radio.
Hello, kids. This is Farmer Fudd. Now, if any of you prefer not to hear a story about Bugs Bunny, leave the room right away. Come on, hit the road. Oh, you're going to stay and whistle? Swell. Now, as I tell a story, you look at the picture book and turn the page when I ring the magic gong. But don't turn it yet. Well, very early one morning, out on my farm, I was just starting my chores when I happened to look over toward my carrot patch, and who do you think I saw right in the middle of it, eating my carrots? Who? You're so right. It was that wascally little gray rabbit, Bugs Bunny. And he was singing as he ate my carrots. That's the gong. Now turn to page 2.
Oh, the carrot is a yum-yum vegetable. I always eat as many as I'm able to snitch from any stand, buy some fancy sleight of hand, or to purchase from the grocer if I'm able. When I chew them, they go crunchy, crunchy, crunch. As a vegetable, they're so good to munch. Oh, I'd rather have a carrot than a zebra or a parrot, 'cause a carrot is me very favorite lunch.
Ooh, the nerve of that rascal. I was furious. I grabbed my rifle and loaded it. Of course, I only put gumdrops in it so I wouldn't really hurt him, and I sneaked right up behind him.
Oh, the carrot is a yum-yum vegetable. I always eat
Drop that carrot, Bugs Bunny. I gotcha this time.
Yeah. What's up, Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc? Oh, you're looking for Bugs Bunny bunting. Elmer's gonna hunting just to get a rabbit skin. Oops, the rabbit's gone again. What's up, Doc? What's cooking? Hey, look out! Stop! You're gonna hurt someone with that old shotgun. Yeah, what's up, Doc?
Up to your old tricks again, you rascally rabbit. Well, take that. And that. Come back here. Ooh, I'll get you. Come back here, you rascally rabbit.
Well, I shook him off by zigzagging up this path in the woods. But now I'm lost. I've never been here before. Uh-oh. There's a sign on a gate up ahead there. It's a neon sign flashing on and off. Boy, what beautiful colors. Let's see what it says. Welcome to Storyland. Storyland! I've never seen this place before. I'd better go in and see what's cooking.
Welcome to Storyland, Bugs Bunny.
Thanks. Who are you, Doc?
I'm merry old King Cole, and these are my fiddlers 3. Have a look around our fairyland, Bugs. You'll see a lot of other people that you've read about.
Thanks, King Cole. I'll do just that. So long, fellas.
So long.
Bugs!
Say, there's little Miss Muffet sitting on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. And here comes a spider. He sits down beside her and frighten Miss Muffet away. Hey, Spider, what's the big idea of frightening that little girl, huh?
Gosh, I don't know. I guess I'm just a bad spider.
Well, look who's coming. Mary with her little lamb following her. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Say, Mary, I read where that little lamb follows you all over. Doesn't that get sort of tiresome?
Oh, it's not so bad.
Gosh, the lamb has her doing it.
Goodbye, Bugs Bunny.
Well, goodbye, Mary. Yipe! Now I'm talking like that. Hey, little boy Blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn.
Okay, Bugs, listen.
That's enough. That'll do. That's all. That's enough. I get the idea. That's enough. That's enough! Gosh, you get him started and he never stops. Uh-oh. Sounds like a little damsel in distress. Hey, little girl, what's the matter? Why all the teardrops?
I'm Little Bo Peep and I've lost my sheep and don't know where to find them.
Here, dry your tears. Here's my hanky. Now blow hard. Yeah, that's better. You'll find your sheep. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Look, here they come now.
My sheep! Oh.
And look, just like the nursery rhyme said, they're all wagging their tails behind them.
Oh, Bugs, I'm so happy.
I'm happy too. Well, what do you know? There's Simple Simon. He's just bought a pie from the Pie Man. Say, it's Beaky Buzzard. He's playing a part of Simple Simon. Hey, Beaky. Oh, gosh, hello, Bugs. Hey, what are you doing that for, Beaky? Screwing an electric light bulb into the middle of your pie?
Gosh, Bugs, the pieman said that this pie was just chock full of currents, and since it takes a current to light an electric bulb, I kinda thought it would work.
Why, Beaky, that's a little silly.
Makes a bright light for a little silly, doesn't it? Wish I could find a big silly somewhere. Well, so long, Bugs.
Well, can you beat that? The bulb actually lit up. Sometimes I think Beaky's smarter than he pretends. Well, look who's over there, Daffy Duck. I wonder who he's supposed to be in that big black hat. Hey, Daffy!
Not so loud, Bugs. I'm making like I'm Duck Tracy, the famous detective, and I'm on the trail of a nasty criminal. I call it the case of the stolen piggy bank.
Well, Daffy, Duck Tracy, whose piggy bank was it?
It belonged to me.
The great Duck Tracy's own piggy bank, stolen right out from under his own flat beak.
Laugh if you will, rabbit, but I'm hot on the trail of it. Look, there it is now, right over there, beyond those bushes. Somebody's carrying it. Here I go. Stop, thief! Drop that piggy bank. No, don't drop it. It'll break. Give it to me. Oh, you won't, eh? Then take that, and a little of this, and some of that, and...
Hey, wait, Daffy, stop it. That's no piggy bank.
crazy Daffy Duck, attacking me and grabbed my little nephew Cicero Pig out of my arms. I'll sue you for pushing me around like this.
Yeah, sue him, Uncle Porky.
Suffering succotash. It's Porky Pig. I thought Cicero was a piggy bank. Well, I think it's time for the great Duck Tracy, alias Daffy Duck, to resign from this baffling case.
Yeah, so do I, before you drive us all, Daffy.
Well, goodbye now.
I'm on my way to Grandma's house, Grandma's house, Grandma's house. I'm on my way to Grandma's house with my little basket.
Hey, little girl, where you going with a basket?
I'm going to Grandma's house. I'm Little Red Riding Hood.
Well, of course, I should have recognized you. But listen, Red, I read the story about you, and you're in for a lot of trouble with a mean old wolf.
Really?
Yeah. I tell you what, you give me your basket and your red cloak, and I'll put them on and fool the mean old wolf into thinking that I'm Red Riding Hood, okay?
Oh, that'll be wonderful, Bugs. Here.
On goes the cloak, the basket, and I'm all set. A tasket, the wolf will blow a gasket. Oh, there's Grandma's house. I'll ring the doorbell.
Come in.
Come in, Red darling. Oh, that crafty old wolf. Hello, Grandma. Ooh, what big eyes you have. The better to see you with, Red darling. Oh, brother. And what big ears you have, Granny. The better to hear you with, sweetheart. Oh, hear him. And what great big sharp old teeth you have, Grandmama.
The better to eat you with, Bugs Bunny. I knew you all the time, and I'd just as soon eat rabbit.
Hey, just a minute, Doc. Don't you even want to look at the special crackers I brought you?
Special crackers? Let's see. Well, they're a pretty bright red. Are they graham crackers?
No, chum, they're firecrackers, and they're all lit, Doc.
Firecrackers?
So long, Grandma. Happy 4th of July.
Ooh, that Bugs Bunny! Ow, 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 ow!
Well, I got away from him all right. But here I am back at the gate, so I guess it's time to leave Storyland.
Oh, Bugs.
Huh? Hey, look at that beautiful lady holding a wand with a shining star on the end of it. Hello, lady. Who are you?
I'm the good fairy, Bugs. I reward those that do good deeds in the world. You did a good deed by saving Little Red Riding Hood from the mean old wolf. And I'm going to reward you by granting you any wish that you make.
Oh, boy! Anything I wish for I can have? Well, here goes, good fairy. I wish for a great big carrot that will reach the sky.
Your wish is granted, Bugs.
Wow! Now there is a carrot! I can't even see the top of it. The clouds are in the way. Gee, thanks, good fairy.
You're welcome, Bugs.
Boy, oh boy. Well, I've just finished my last bite of that one, and now I'm back to go to work on your carrot patch again, Farmer Fudd.
Oh, you wascoey wabbit. Oh, excuse me, kids, but I gotta go after that wabbit again. Where's my waifu? Ah, here it is. Take that, Bugs Bunny. And that, and that. There, Bugs Bunny, take that. I'll get you, you wascoey wabbit.
So long, Elma. I'll see you in the funny papers. That's all, folks. And that is all.
This concludes our broadcast day.